recently. And thanks for using your points so that we can make some yummy foods. Number one, a recipe from Torino that he shared with us that we haven't made yet. Mish made it. Sounds like it was delicious. And I thought, well, it's cooling off. Like it is, this morning it was minus 27 Celsius here. It's soup season, guys. So to go with our yummy fry bread, we're gonna make some Ukrainian soup because that's also Torino's heritage. And it's nice because it's also mine too, and one of our faves. We're both dead, so it's good. Oh my gosh. Okay, Bonk, thanks for being first. Hi, Luminology. Scooter's just finishing up at the store. Sounds good. Hi, yet it is. Happy December, guys. Last month of the year. How crazy is that? Another one gone. I don't even know what to say, honestly. They just keep going faster and faster, I feel. You guys reminiscing about Matilda, one of my favorite movies ever. Boris, good to see you. Yes, thank you. Even if you didn't know Torino, thank you for offering your condolences to him and his family. He was a fellow Canadian that was with us for a long time. Food Lover 9523, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome. Okay, so 2 awesome recipes linked for us to cook from today as well. Or sorry, one is linked, the other one is in Discord, where that is where I'll be following it from too. Mish, how did you feel when you made this recipe earlier? Was it easy for the Bannock? I know you didn't make the borscht, or at least I don't think you did. But I don't think it's gonna be too hard. Think of like a non-yeasted donut almost is the best way to describe this. It was very easy. Awesome. Okay, so we'll learn a little bit about both of those dishes as well before we start. But to celebrate the first day of December, we got our advent calendar out. So let's open up the first day, I think, unbox this, and let's see how many we can open up on stream together. We're gonna go get the Christmas bin on Tuesday. Maybe we'll do a decorating stream next Friday along with playing games. Pata. And so one of our, like, let's say holiday traditions, just Sam and myself, is we download all of the Harry Potter movies and we watch them all through the month of December. It's just like something that we've always done. And yeah, the Harry Potter movies always have like fun things to do with the holidays. Oh, nice, Mish. Okay, so his recipe, I did see that it said to let the dough rest, but you didn't do that and it was still good. Oh, with the leftover tenderloin stew, so you like dipped it into the sauce. Yummo. Yeah, unleavened. It's a baking powder, I believe, dough. But I will say, like, I've had a couple people's Bannocks in my life because I've worked with some awesome Indigenous people here in Canada. If you don't let it rest, sometimes it can be, like, tough because you need it a bit, right? So if you need it too much, let's say maybe let it rest. But if you don't need it too much, it's probably fine. But we'll probably do a small rest since that's what it says. But good to know that you don't have to. Yeah, like I worked with someone, this was the most recent person, and like she would make the bannock dough and then right away just like start frying it pretty much. And like I found a lot of times it looked really beautiful, but then when you went to bite it, it got tough. So that wasn't my favorite. So I think letting it rest is probably the best solution. Okay, let's switch this real quick and then we'll get into cooking. Sundays we usually do quick and easy, and I think with the 2 recipes today that will still happen. So I'm not worried about that. How do we get in here? So the fun part about these Harry Potter advent calendars is number 1, it's like compatible with, you said the Great Hall, right, Sam? So this one's actually compatible with the Great Hall, which is cool. But then we open up the top part here, and it's like a little, what, like themed scape that you can build your like pieces and stuff onto. Can you guys see that properly? It's pretty cool. So you can like set it up somewhere in the house and then open it up and put the characters together every day. It was so long yesterday, Mish. That was like the longest stream we've had in a while. Okay, so where do we start? On number 1?
Normally.
Yeah. Well, some advent calendars you go like the other way, but that would be weird if you did. Okay, so there's number 1. Let's open it up and see what we got. Duh. What if you went the opposite way? It's Hera. We got Hera. We'll build it up. That too, bonks. Like these, I think really hold their value, let's say, for Lego sets. Because you get like the one-off minifigures that aren't always in the other sets. And then the one with these is like there's always 2 faces printed on them as well. Yeah, they're fun. How many years do we have worth, Samo? Come closer. We're in the Great Hall, Harry. This, his little sweater. Do we want the angry face? Or the scared face? What's the other one? The other one's just plain hair, normal. We gotta straighten out his hair, my bad. Smiling Harry. Maybe a little smug. Okay, this is gonna go here, I'm assuming. Oh yeah, there's little directions. So like if you're wondering how to build it, it kind of tells you on that little pop out. What's this? Oh, it goes on top? Guys, don't rush. That's what it is. And then this sits on there. And then lastly, we got the wands. Okay, does anybody else that's in here do like Harry Potter stuff during Christmas? I know I'm not the only one because I've seen other creators that we watch do it as well. That's what it is. Look at Hera. Ready to roll. Okay, that was fun, guys. I'm excited to set up the other ones that I have from previous years. I seriously forget how many we have now. But they look so good together, I will say that. It's not just a one and done. Okay, so let's get into this. I'm thinking we'll make the bannock dough first. And then we will get started on our soup. It is a vegetarian soup. But I will say if you have leftover meats, like I've had it with pork, I've never had it with beef or chicken, but I could see that being good too. Yeah, you can put meat into it. Boris, did you put your name in the goblet of fire? They show the movies on TV there between Christmas and New Year. I'm sure they do here as well, but we don't watch cable television anymore because it's insanely expensive. Canada has some of the highest cell phone coverage rates as well as like cable TV and stuff in the world. It's nuts. So we just work around that. All right, so bannock Frybread dough. Like I said, we're gonna learn a little bit first because today is gonna be pretty quick. So let's do all of our learning. I've never made this before. Like I said, I've always just eaten it from other people that have made it. But it is indigenous American food, so it is quite special. A quickie. Okay, so bannock, also known as scone, Indian bread, alatik, or fry bread, is now found throughout North America, including the Inuit of Canada and Alaska, other Alaska Natives, the First Nations of the rest of Canada, and the Native Americans of the United States and the Métis. There's nothing wrong with a quickie. I have made Bannock. How do you know this? Thank gosh somebody else knows at least. Mary, any day after tamales, can't remember what's its name. Wait, what? Hayakas? That we made? Hi Lily, welcome back. Take a look. Stop calling me out like this. Now you get ads blasting in your ears for a second. Beef stew with Guinness and root vegetables. That might have been a bonk recipe that he shared even. And then we did fried bannock on the side.
Oh, shit.
Shut the stream down. That's it. You literally just watched it. Well, fire me then. Did I have any of the hayakas today? I did not have any today. But I will say, before we start today, we snuck some of the crema catalan yesterday after dinner. Because I made a lot, right? And like, I can't wait to eat it. I needed something sweet yesterday. It is so good, guys. I think it's like, yeah, I cheated straight up. And you know what else I definitely cheated on? I didn't go grab a torch today. Like, some of you might not understand, but you don't leave the house in Canada when it's minus 27 Celsius outside. It's just not, it's not happening. But I will say, like, I think I honestly would like it without the brulee topping because it would make it sweeter, and I don't really like sweet desserts. So we just tried the custard, and like, oh my God, the flavor of the cinnamon and like the orange and lemon zest in it is perfect. It's like if you ever thought of like a holiday or Christmas version of creme brulee or custard, this is seriously it. It is so good. So there's that. Just wanted to report. If you guys are like, I don't really know what to make for Christmas dessert this year, make the crema catalan. You will not be upset. Hi, they can see me. Welcome in. Eating the good before showing. It happens. That's part of being the chef, bonk. Sam's gonna come and have some with you. Where's your shirt? He needs a shirt. He showed up to work shirtless today. No shoes, no shirt.
No service.
Oh, shoot. Okay, Samo will come try it with us. I have seen the one person on Twitch who's just he's been cooking straight up just in an apron. Imagine that. Does he have pasties on? He must. TOS. Gearbox man. Here, we'll do the sub alert for you. Wait, where's the sound? I don't know where the sound is on it, but thank you very much for the 31 months in a row. I hope you're having a good weekend. We're getting a bit carried away today, guys, but it's good. Torino ate the sound. I don't know what's going on anymore. I'm hoping that once we make these foods, things will settle down a bit.
I can tell you exactly what's going on.
What is it? He's telling us exactly. Why was the desktop off?
Because you shut it off.
Oh, okay. Mary said what? Are you saying it to Samo? Okay. Bannock first. Back to learning about it. So we know it is food of the indigenous people. So what I was wondering is like, how long has this been made then? The origins. A food made from maize, so corn, roots, like actual roots of plants, and tree sap may have been produced by indigenous North Americans prior to contact with the outsiders. So that was like their version. It's so good. You're hyped. Yeah, guys, if you've had it before, let us know what you think of it. So I think this was called camas. Native American tribes who ate camas include the Nez Perce, I hope I say that right, Cree, Coast Salish. So like where we live, and there's like, if you actually look at a proper map of North America separated into the indigenous colonies, then you would know like what territory and what treaty you reside in. So we have a lot of Cree people here in Métis. And then where we used to live before on the island, that was where the Coast Salish people were. And then there's also Lummi, the Blackfoot tribes, and others. So the camas is the bulbs. So that would be the roots that they used in it. Ah, I clicked on something and it went weird. One sec. There we go. This contributed to the survival of members of the Lewis and Clark expedition in 1804 to 1806. I've never heard of this expedition. Do you guys learn about this in the States? Unless I'm forgetting about it. Have I ever had it baked and not fried, Mish said. I don't believe so. I've always had it fried. But I think it would be interesting to try it as like maybe a dumpling. Like maybe soup dumplings or something like that. I don't know yet. But he does give, in the recipe that Torino shared in our Discord channel, he does give directions on how to bake it. Maybe we'll do half and half today and see how it goes. You learned about that, Mary? Okay, we didn't really learn about that in Canada. So some sources claim that Bannock was unknown in North America until the 1860s. So Canada became a country in 1867, as we're like piecing this together. And then the Bannock was created by the Navajo, who were incarcerated at Fort Summer. Okay, so that's where it was kind of first known. They found a northern path to the Pacific coast. The Louisiana Purchase. Okay, so that's why we didn't really learn about it. We learned about like the people who settled Canada instead. How weird. According to other sources, fur traders introduced Bannock to tribes in North America, and that a bread and the name Bannock were originally introduced from Scotland. That's what the crema catalana looks like. Sam was coming in. So Bannock is generally prepared with white or whole wheat flour, baking powder, sugar, lard, or water or milk. And then it's combined and kneaded. You can use spices, it says, which is interesting. Even dried fruits. Whoa. Like currants or something in there, or blueberries. And then we fry it in rendered fat, vegetable oil, or shortening. Or it says you can bake it in an oven or cook it on a stick over the fire. What? Hi, Sir Grunch. Welcome. I mean, you don't have to sit on the floor. There's lots of chairs around, but if you're comfy there, all good. Are you waiting? You can try it. Okay, so Sam's going to try the crema catalan that we made on yesterday's stream. You want this one? Here, I'll do this one for you. It was really zoomed in from earlier. It is like so smooth though, hey? You wouldn't know that it's not creme brulee. So is it set up a bit more than yesterday or still kind of the same? So it's like kind of thick on top. And then once you get through the thicker layer of custard, it gets a little bit runnier, but like it's so good. I thought this in like a trifle or something would be insane. That's really interesting, Bonk. Thanks for sharing that part. You got Grinched in the annual Christmas parade. What the heck happened? That's for me?
Yep.
It's so good. Open up.
It's smooth. Like, there's not a single...
You were the Grinch? That's amazing. You scared all the kiddos? That would be so fun. For 15 years? That's legendary. That is absolutely legendary. I love that. I actually, like, since you said you're doing something for 15 years, I got invited to my best friend's family's annual Christmas soiree that they do on December 23rd. They have like 50 people over to their house. Any type of like canapes you want. I'm making all the canapes for everyone this year. They've been doing it for 17 years. I was like, oh my gosh, what a tradition. That's amazing. Hi, Nightwalker. Okay, back to our bannock. Bannock is the most universal of dishes in the Indigenous Canadian repertoire. And it is used equally in the Arctic Plains, subarctic, and Pacific cultural areas. However, the modern recipes for bannock are clearly influenced by the government rations that were distributed on the Indian reserves in the late 19th century, when access to country foods, plant and animals native to the region. So country food in Canada is any type of food that Indigenous people eat, and they often will get it from the land around where they live. Just a little backstory on that. For example, when we worked up in Nunavut, we had, like, how often did we do it? Maybe every like couple months, we would do a special country food night for our Indigenous, let's say, co-workers that were up there, because then they always usually had to eat like our food that we cooked for most of the other people. So it was really nice to see what they ate, and like we brought in special food, so like actual like char from the Arctic, muktuk, what else do they eat? Caribou. But like often this is not food for us, so unless you asked, which is something that you should always do if people are sharing food with you, you'd have to ask, and then you would be able to experience their types of foods. And like they were the happiest. If you wanted to learn about what they ate, yeah, I was never turned away. It was cool. Okay, back to our country food. So rations that they got when they were restricted to eat the food that they were used to included staples of the European Canadian diet at the time: wheat flour, sugar, lard, and butter, all which are high calorie, low nutrient, but shelf stable foods produced in bulk quantities, and they were able to be shipped long distances. The new ingredients helped the Indigenous people to survive from their loss of access to country foods. This is now thought of by some as fully a part of the Indigenous identity and even an Indian soul food. However, for others, it could also be a reminder of the negative impacts of colonialism. So it's always good to know the entire story, right? Let's not be biased. And sometimes can be regarded as an imposition. Canada, that's how it is, right? We know this. It's important to know the history, where we came from. Okay, that was a really good intro. I think we'll stop there. I feel really good about knowing that now. And next one we'll learn about before we start is borscht. I don't know if I've ever read about borscht yet, but I'm pretty sure I've been eating it since I was able to eat solid foods in my life. Whether my mom's mom made it or my mother made it, yeah, I've been eating beets for forever. Yeah, I'm sorry, Sir Grunge, but this stream is actually dedicated to him. We recently found out that he passed away. He had been dealing with a few health things these past years. So we thought that we would do a stream with everyone to commemorate and celebrate his life.
So it's kind of hard for Torino to be here.
Yeah, he can't be here, but yeah, it was a surprise to us. We literally just found out last weekend. So that is why we're doing this today. And everyone say thank you to Mish, because she's actually the one that did find out. I'm sure that was a bit tough. So this is what we do for people that we love and that have supported us. Borscht. A fun word to say, honestly. Like, I thought Bannock and Borscht has such a good ring to it. Yeah, I'm glad you did too, right? Ugh. So it just goes to show as well, one note is like, if you're ever wondering about people from stream, it never hurts to just send a quick message. Hey, how are things going? You don't even have to get super personal. It's always nice to do. Okay, borscht is a sour soup. That is not a good way to intro it. What the heck, Wikipedia? Borscht is a sour soup made with meat stock, vegetables, and seasonings. Common in Eastern Europe and Northern Asia? I did not know this. They eat borscht in Asia. I guess, though, like Siberia and stuff, that makes sense. I mean, I would have started by saying borscht is a vegetable soup that has a base of beets that makes it nice and red. And then when you season it, you can choose to make it sort of like sweet and sour to contrast the flavors. I think that sounds a little bit better. Okay, so in English, the word borscht is most often associated with the soup's variant of Ukrainian origin. Yeah, made with beetroots as the main ingredient. Sweet and sour, just like samovar. Yeah, be careful with the beets. Don't blend it. Let's just say that. Don't put it in a blender and make it smooth. It might go everywhere. So borscht derives from an ancient soup originally cooked from pickled stems, leaves, and umbels. What the heck is an umbel? A little bit of short flower stalks, I think, all bunched together. So leaves, like flowers, and hogweed. The heck? Which kind of tastes like fennel and parsley together. An herbaceous plant growing in damp meadows, which lent the dish its Slavic name. My confused face. Honestly, over time, this soup, so originally it just like was made out of a weed. Interesting. Over time, it evolved into a diverse array of tart soups, among which the Canadian beet-based red borscht has become the most popular. It is typically made by combining meat or bone stock. So we're going to use the leftover like stock that we had from the meal on stream from Saturday. Use that stock. Sauteed vegetables, beetroots, cabbage, carrot, onion, potato, tomato. We have all of those in the house, so we can use that. And yeah, depending on the recipe, borscht can include meat or fish. You can also like chop up some sausage, fry it up, throw it in there. You got options for sure. It's like definitely just to me, I always think of it as like a farmer's soup where you have like all of this stuff plentiful from the garden to use up. And it also may be served hot or cold. I don't think I ever remember eating this cold, but I could see that being good in the summer. Nice and refreshing. And yeah, often served with sour cream, so we'll definitely do that today. Lots of fresh dill, so I'm happy that the Arrow Garden is growing dill for us. We'll pick some of that fresh. In your country, you have a cold pink soup that you can spell it as salty barshai. I hope I said that right. If you want, you can post a link. Are you in our Discord channel? You can post it in recipes. Lithuania or Poland. So interesting. So yeah, it does say like you can blend it smooth as a drink. Thank you, Bonk, for posting that. Okay. So in North America, it says borscht is often linked with either Jewish or Mennonites, the groups who first brought it there from Europe. But then I will say, like, for sure in Canada, we had a really large immigration of both Polish and Ukrainian peoples. Like, that's where my mom's side of the family came from. And they are, like, still farmers to this day. It's really cool. So, yeah, less like that and more Ukrainian for sure here, at least. Okay, I think that sounds good. So it's been made for a long time. That recipe was Lithuania. Very nice. Okay, I'm closing that down. Let's do our list. So for the Bannock, we're going to make that first. Mish, did you make the entire recipe with the 2 cups of flour? Or did you think it was too much? I was wondering if I should cut it in half. But 2 cups of flour doesn't seem like that much. Got like 20 pieces? Samo's ready for Bannock?
Yeah.
Okay. 20 pieces will be good. Borscht has become more popular there in Denmark recently, after all the things that are happening in Ukraine, so you have lots of people fleeing there from the war. Same with Canada, we've taken lots of people in too. Have you had it, Mish? Okay, Bannock. These are the steps that we will take. We will make the dough, let it rest for 30 minutes to an hour. We'll set our timer. And then from there, we roll it or pat it out into a rectangle. Kind of like making biscuits, guys. Really not too different. And then we'll cut it. And then I would say, like, before we roll and cut, we should turn on the oil because it is a fry bread. So get our oil hot, or at least starting to heat up, so that we can fry them. And then it's a really nice and quick fry. Just says, cook on each side until golden brown and puffy. Probably like 1 or 2 minutes per side. No different really than what the donuts were. Was that last weekend or the weekend before? You donated pallets of things to Ukraine. That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm sure they really appreciate that. Okay, that's the Bannock. Yummo. Next one, our borscht. So we got lots of veggies to first cut up. So I'll do that veg, and then we will do our broth, herbs, if we need any, and then cook it. Nice and easy cook since it's just veggies. Usually I find veggies will cook in like 30 minutes or so in a soup, and then you're good to eat it, and then obviously season it. So white vinegar usually at the end to make it a little bit sour. Or if you can find some of the other things that are sour that they used to use, try those out too. Okay, that's it, guys. So we'll try to time it out so that the borscht is ready when we are frying the Bannock. So we get fresh, warm Bannock to go with the soup. Hello, the only deaf guy. How are you doing? As well as Mickey, welcome in. A Sunday roast chicken dinner. That sounds good. Let's get into it. So we need a bowl. Let's go grab all the ingredients. I am munching on what is called crema catalan. I made this on yesterday's stream, but we had to let it set up. You are supposed to brulee the top, like a creme brulee, but it's really cold here in Canada. It's minus 27 Celsius today, so I didn't feel like going to the store to buy a torch. We just got a crazy cold snap all of a sudden, but then like the rest of the week, it's supposed to warm up. Don't ask me what the weather's doing this year. It's crazy wazy. You were putting the lights up today, pulled down the light fitting for the hall. Now you can have the main light on. Hey, like you replaced the bulb. Good job. And hi, Tom. Man, we're getting some people in that have not been here in forever. Okay. Flour, baking powder, salt. They say, or Torino says, sugar is optional, but he uses about a tablespoon. I think we should add it. That would be yummy. And then a little bit of oil or like butter, lard, whatever you really feel like using. I think I'll do a melted butter because it will taste delicious. Because then we're going to fry it in the oil after. We could make icicles with it being that cold. Honestly, we could. Okay, grab a little container for the butter. Flour. Sugar. Baking powder, the magical kind. Very, very simple. This is like almost the OG recipe for biscuits, I would say. Let's melt some butter. 1/4 cup of butter melted into 1.5 cups of water. Nice, you got a day off from the shop today? That's like usually how it goes though if you guys work in food service. Your days off are usually either Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday. Gonna rinse the knife off. It's shut down on Sundays anyways. I love that. I think my favorite places I've ever worked, they shut down at least one day a week. I just think it makes more sense, honestly. Everyone's always happier. Way to go. Sir Grunge. I work 2 days a week, Kate. Lots of days off. Do you need something to do? I could give you a task or two. Mish says, I always have Thursdays off. That's actually my schedule right now, too. Like, off. Not saying that I don't do work on Thursdays, but to, like, not have to leave the house and stuff, yeah. Okay, let's do 20 seconds to get that melting. What are we doing? So, mix it in with the dry. Okay, sounds good. 2 cups of flour. I really liked that about Europe, Mickey, when I traveled there, is that, yeah, if you don't have your stuff in the house on Sundays, you're probably not getting it. Was a little bit taken aback at first when that happened to me, because, yeah, here in North America, like, mostly everything is still open on Sundays. Doesn't matter if you forget anything. Like, you could go to the store at 11 p.m. on a Sunday, no problem. So that was kind of weird, but then I really started to appreciate it as the weeks went on, because like every Sunday I knew it would just be so nice and quiet everywhere. People actually take the weekends. Crazy. Wilson, welcome in. Good to see you. We're just mixing up our Bannock. Oh, right on time. Got a little bit carried away chatting. We did a little bit of learning, though, about our dishes today, too. So 2 teaspoons. Baking powder, the magical kind. Let's use this one. I was going to say, those ones are clean in the dishwasher, but they might be wet. So let's use the dry measuring spoon. Samo just posted, guys. Oh, the link's not working. Oh no. Samo's trying to post the awesome YouTube video that he made. We had some extra sourdough bread, so he actually filmed the entire thing and edited it. And then I just helped him a bit to finish off the video. But yeah, he made breadcrumbs with the incarcerums. It was so good. 2 teaspoons of baking powder, as well as 2 teaspoons of salt. Greeks here, everyone. And hello, Knife Clan, welcome in. Grab a cuppa, guys. Settle on in. Won't be too long of a stream today, but we are making some delicious foods. I've done that before too, guys. It's a rookie move. It's okay. It's like a initiation almost. When you post the studio link instead of sharing the actual video, it just has to happen. One tablespoon of sugar. Hi, Johnny Rodden. How are you doing? Nom, because I wanted a bit sweet. Bonk says this is the one. He's on it. He already did it. Bonk, now he has to get used to you guys being fast. Like I got used to it. I just don't even make an attempt to do anything now because I know you'll fix it for me. Like 99% of the time. Okay, wiping some of the sugar away because it spilled a bit. And I hate when it's like gritty, like sand. Not quite melted, so let's go a bit longer. And then we need 1.5 cups of water into there. Let's get the measuring cups. And a spatula. Thanks, Andy. And also good to see you. Now we're schmelted. That's so interesting that it starts the video 6 seconds in. That's probably like where he was watching it.
Really?
I don't know. Okay, there's our butter. So like I said, 1.5 cups. He says to put the water in with your oil, butter, lard, whatever you're using. It's 1/4 cup worth. And so obviously we don't want it cold water because it's just gonna go hard from what we melted. So do nice warm water. 1 cup. And then we'll do half more. Oh shoot. Nike, you guys have a windstorm there? We've been having snowstorms. I've been like laughing at the photos that Dust has been posting in Discord because it looks so nice. Still down in the States and we're just like in the most amazing wonderland, winter wonderland here. Thanks, Bonk. Blame Mish. She's here with us today. Okay, so I mix the dry ingredients together first. And then we can make like a little well. Swoosh up the dry stuff around this side. So we'll pour the wet stuff in the middle. Oh my gosh, I really spooshed it. My bad. That goes in. We'll scrape all the butter and stuff out. You guys have snow now too? Nice. Bread pudding? You're grilling for lunch? Get out of here, Scoots. +10? That's shorts weather. That is weirdly warm. I mean, I will say it's gonna be, what, like +4 on Tuesday here or something Celsius? Okay, guys, so we're mixing. No dry bits remain. What does this actually say? Mix it in with the dry ingredients, combine until smooth. The dough should not be sticky. Let it rest for an hour. So if it's sticky at this point, we know to add a bit of flour, let's say. We might have to. It looks a bit sticky, guys. A little bit. I'm glad I didn't put it away. 21, so you're almost complete opposite, Bonk, temperature-wise. Yeah, it says -20°C on the computer temperature right now from Windows, and you're at +21. So now you guys understand when I say, like, I die when I go down to San Diego, even in October for TwitchCon? Yeah. Oh, and I have to ask, Bonk, what did you end up eating last night at your Taco Man's truck? I'm curious if you got the things that you said you were going to. Okay, I think that's good. I don't know. It still looks sticky to me. I'm scared. Torino? What do we do? Mish, is this what yours looked like? I'm just trying to follow the recipe. You added way more? Another whole cup? Oh my gosh. We're alive. Head of broccoli. Hello, welcome in. Thanks for the follow. Okay, so we're gonna add more flour. Turning it way down again. Turning it down. I'm gonna try to like fold the extra flour in so that it doesn't get too overworked. It's coming together actually. This is looking good. No dry bits underneath. Yeah, this is gonna make some good fry bread now. Get that all cleaned off, scrape around the bowl, and then we'll just put some plastic over the top of this and then let it rest. We can use more flour later, guys, when we roll it out. But I don't want to do too much now. There is a limit. Let's stick within it. Rinse that off of my fingy. Yours wasn't sticky at all? What are we doing? I'm gonna check it out once it rests. Later on. Which I gotta put my watch on. The Melita is your new favorite, Bonk? And like, I've never even heard of this word before, and I even worked at like a traditional Mexican, but it was a taqueria. But still, we didn't make any molitas. Don't listen to Mish, anyone. She finally said it. No, I'm just kidding. But we are gonna let this one rest. Let me get my watch on for a timer. All those complaints for feta, phew. Yeah. Checks out, Scoot says. The Melita, the way he makes it, came out sort of like a tostada. What? That sounds good. Okay, 1 hour timer. That's our maximum. I mean, it might be able to rest for longer. Probably. I don't think anything bad will happen. Okay. Done. One of the hard parts is stream complete. Rest 1 hour. And we just roll it out, cut it, fry it. Honestly, couldn't be easier. Into the borscht. Greek. I'm surprised anyone listens to me, honestly. You guys are my favorite. Holy smokes. It's not a joke, though. What? I always listen to what you say. Okay, Ukrainian Borscht. Yeah, you were actually being serious. It just sounds like a joke. Okay, so this is how you make the insane thing that Bonk's talking about, the mulita. What?
So Mish has to be at least 17 now. She
That's
started out
true.
at 13.
That's true. I guess she doesn't age. So take 2 corn tortillas, street taco size, so like 4-inch, 6-inch. Fry them until crispy. So he makes a tostada. Then he puts cheese right on the flat top to get yummy. I like that word. Puts the tortilla on top of the cheese. And then you add whatever protein and toppings you want and sandwich it up and serve. Where does the cheese go? On the inside or the outside? Like you have the crispy tortilla on the outside, the cheese, and then the meat in the middle. That's what I'm thinking. And Mish says, yeah, complaints because there's absolutely no feta in there. Annie's here now. We're literally never going to get anything done today. I don't know why it doesn't work on the other scene. It's got reverb. It's doubling. It's crazy.
Yay!
Thank you, Annie. I was wondering if we were going to see you today. I'm assuming that you're busy doing school things. A-okay. Hope you had a nice Thanksgiving, though. Thanks for posting your photo in Discord. It looked really good. Let's welcome into the kitchen crew. We got Chase 1963, Evie Patoria, Ev Patoria, Lady Bonfire, Frankly Delicious, and P to the Patrick. I like it. Welcome in, guys. Thank you, Annie, for gifting the subs to our community. Mish, thank you for the 1 bit. Okay, Bonk says, it's a bit of a pain to eat the Melita, but boy, is the flavor on point and the chew from the cheese is next level. Stop it. I'm going to have to come down there. The turkey was delicious. Yes. I get so sad when people say like, oh, the turkey was so bad. I was like, no. Bossman, welcome in. Roasted on a charcoal grill, the turkey? Yes, please. That sounds so good. Okay, we just finished mixing up our Bannock dough, and we are going to read through the borscht recipe and get that started while it's resting. The recipe I posted for the borscht, it says sharing my grandma's authentic. So if you're Ukrainian, your grandma is called a baba, B-A-B-A. So that's what I know mine is, a baba. This would be my baba's recipe. This iconic beet soup is served with a dollop of sour cream, and we don't have the rye bread because we're making Frybread. Sorry, I will carry on. Okay, 8 servings. Prep time 20 minutes. Cook time 1 hour and 5, around there. So total time an hour and a half. I think we can do it quicker. What did Ock do and why did we have to ban him? Huh? Did I read that wrong? What did Ock do and why did we have to ban him? Oh, because the Bannock. I'm leaving. I'm literally leaving. I can't even say I'm going home because I'm already there. Whoa! We're here. Okay. Mish, thank you very much. That was actually necessary. We need some vegetable, beef, whatever type of broth you want. We need about 12 cups worth though, so 3 liters or so. That's quite a bit. 5 cups of green cabbage, an onion, carrots, olive oil, beets, potatoes. I don't think I have the tomato paste for this, but that's fine. I'll just do tomatoes instead because we got to eat those up. Salt. Don't forget the bay leaf. That's an important flavor in this one. And then later on for seasoning, white vinegar, a pinch of sugar if you want. I don't know why they have the garlic cloves all the way down at the bottom, but that would usually go in with the onion and carrots and stuff. And then just some fresh dill or parsley. You can put both inside of the soup and on top. I usually do. And yeah, the sour cream. Nice. There's a short to make the mulitas. Samo, click on that so you can learn. You have a great borscht recipe. You love it so much. Feel free to share it if you want. Add vinegar and sour cream or not. It's true, Greek. Yeah. Some people you will meet, they don't like it as sour, so they don't do the vinegar. And that's why I always just wait. Like, you can put in your own vinegar amount. That's what my mom would often do. And then same with the sour cream. What if you don't feel like eating it creamy that day? Oh, nice. The James Beard cookbook. That's gotta be good then. So they make their soup a little bit different way, like kind of backwards to how I always make the soups, is they bring the broth and seasonings like the bay leaf and stuff up to a boil first in the soup pot, and then they just add their veggies and boil them inside of there. But I often like to saute my veggies first with the herbs. It just tastes a lot better. Get a bit of fat in there, and then we can add the broth and stuff after and bring it up that way. That's my soup process. Like we always say, a recipe is a guideline, so do what works best for you. Let's get all the veggies out and away we go. And our big old soup pot. So who in chat has either made or eaten borscht before? Because I think this is a pretty popular one. Like, I was kind of surprised when I made this one at camp up at work one time. People went nuts for it. But I also didn't realize we had a lot of Russian people working there at the time. So they were so happy. Carrots. Onion. Garlic. We got the beets. Cabbage. I think that's it for what we're gonna add today. That's most of my favorite veggies. I've also had it with, like, not edamame. Fava beans is the word. We call them broad beans as a Ukrainian. Yeah. So fava beans are good in this, like green beans. You can put peas, corn. Yeah, you could literally put the whole garden, I guess. Bonk's eaten it, not made it. So then if you guys have had it, do you like it? Samovar never made it. Scoots never had it. Greek used to eat it all the time before you got allergic to beets. So Greek ate too much and now he's allergic to beets. That sucks. But yeah, your mom used to do a beef version. I remember my baba had pork version once and it was amazing. Maybe it was like a smoked pork hock or something that she dropped in. Holy smokes. Yet it is, you've never eaten it either. Only heard about the cold version until recently. Interesting. And yeah, Bonk doesn't even like beets, so it's not his regular. Saw your coworker put in organic beet and berry juice up on the shelf. Close enough. Annie has a funny story. His 12-year-old niece wanted to make mashed potatoes for Thanksgiving, so he was helping her. Sister had accidentally bought the white sweet potatoes instead of Yukon Golds, and your niece was having a hissy fit. Like, she was really upset that it wasn't the right potato. MZZV, thank you very much for subscribing with your Prime Gaming sub. Here you go. And we're at an entire year. Last month of the year, but we're at 12 months together with MZZV. Thanks for being part of the kitchen crew. Okay, let's come to this view now. So here's our broth from yesterday's. Chicken and beef braise. Holy, that's not liquid. That's a little bit jiggly wiggly. Don't look at it for too long. You might get lost. So that will go in, and then we'll top up with water and then maybe a little bit of like bouillon base or something. That's liquid gold, hey Bonk. We got our nice looking beets. Thank gosh we bought another pack of nitrile gloves so my hands won't have to be red after this. This is like the one dish where you actually have to peel the beets first and cut them up, right? Often I'll just roast the beets and then peel them after. Way less messy. Our green cabbage, you could do red cabbage as well. You guys notice there's no celery in here. Pretty awesome. Onion, garlic, and then our few carrots. Oh, did you guys see the carrot recall recently? From actual like organic carrots. It wasn't this brand from Walmart. It was another brand, I think Cal Organic. But I'm just honestly terrified of all food at this point. There is no winning. Beets even look like mud balls. I mean, you can get different colors of beets. These ones are red. You can get yellow. You can get ones that are striped red and white like a candy cane. We got options. Okay, first I'll peel the carrots. We'll do all of this stuff except the beets. The carrot and onion can go together. The garlic will go separate. And then we'll get a container for the cabbage and everything else. Just bring a bunch of containers over. So prepping the soup is usually the longest part, and then cooking it doesn't take too long. 12 states in the West, whoa. People who like books also like beets. They are both well read. I mean, I really do like books. It's true. How did you know? Bonk's not in it. Yeah, he's the outlier. I mean, you always need the 1%. So thanks. Root vegetables. I don't know if maybe you could put like rutabaga in. We got options. Turnips. Okay, that's good. Ah, there's flour on the knife. Using like 3/4 of this onion that was left over in the fridge. That should be good. You guys' chat right now is perfect. Get into the garlic. What is that? 6 cloves of garlic? That should be a good amount. I don't know how many they said we needed. I'm gonna turn this one down a bit. I feel like I'm getting blinded. Now let's smash it. And then we'll peel it. And then usually for soups, I just slice the garlic up. Whoa, those ones peeled all together. Oh no. Why did they do that to us? Whoever finishes their plate of beets first gets a prize. So you try to choke down the beets. She finished first, asked what the prize was, and your dad said more beets. That's straight up evil. No wonder we don't trust anybody. So you were like, yes, I'm glad I didn't like try to win. Okay, good there. You tried, but you couldn't do it. Guys, you're making it seem like they're the grossest thing ever. It's not. Bonk, your father was evil. That was the first words out of my mouth. Slice the garlic. Now we know why Annie is the way he is. Oh yeah, pickled beets are quite a strong flavor, it's true. Me too, Samovar. Okay, so your British gran used to serve you guys beets and you love them. I never disliked them. Like, it's not something that I was like force-fed and then just ended up liking because I'm Ukrainian. I always liked them. I don't know if it's the color, honestly, is like just makes you want to eat it. But I will say, like, there's been a few times in my life where I've eaten a beet and been like, oh my god, that tastes bad. So I get the people that say, like, they taste like dirt. Because that veggie definitely relies on what it grows in. So if your soil's not good, your beets will taste bad. Garlic, complete. Let's just set that aside. Give my hand a little rinse-a-roo. Garlic super sticky. You might have like roasted beets as a kid. If that's what you were fed, maybe, hey. It was good, Mary. You liked them? Yeah, I've always had pretty good success growing beets too, and they do taste better when you grow them yourself. Okay, so just like kind of small dice on the onion. Oh wow, your niece is a picky eater, but she likes lox on bagels. So she has like a very refined palate then almost. Do a couple slices from the root side and that should be good. And she likes beef Wellington too, for sure then. She like a 60-year-old Frenchman stuck in a kid's body. Onion. Because you always need onion for the base of a soup. So I like turned down the desktop sound, but it doesn't sound like it went quieter. Because it's like way down on my side. And we got a Trev in here with us today though. Welcome back, Trev. It's good to have you around again. And thanks, dude, for the 35 months in a row already. Hope your Sunday is going good. Guys, Samuel's coming to try and fix the sound. It's so loud still. Mary, I'm surprised that you have not had lox. Because, yeah, it's salmon. So the fact that no one around where you live is making it, man, you could corner the market no problem. And yeah, sometimes the lox is smoked, but other times it's just cured with like salt and sugar and stuff. Okay, so nice like small dice on the carrots too for this. We'll take our time and cut everything to the same size so that when we eat it, we get a bit of everything in each bite. So kind of same than meat. It sounds the same. Lax. We call it lox. Or no, just salmon means lax. Cool. I wonder where we derived the word lox from then. Probably you guys. There's our carrots. So I said the carrots can go in with the onion container. Whoa.
Play around with this one here.
That one as well.
That's your sister's house.
Okay.
That should help.
Trev says, somebody help me. I started eating a bag of salt and vinegar potato chips. It's not going good places. Why not? How often do you have chippies? Probably not often enough. Or is your mouth just going to be destroyed after you're saying?
Racked.
You're going to kill the whole bag. Crush it. And then get rid of the evidence. Carrot and onion. Put that over by the garlic. Next one. Cabbage. A very inexpensive vegetable that is, like, to me, such a good filler. You can eat it cooked. You can eat it raw. There's lots of different cuisines that use cabbage, too. Honestly, one of my faves. For, like, the weight that you pay for, man, it lasts so long. So I'm just going to trim that off where we had already used it once. And then cut off another chunk. And then we'll dice it up for the soup. Yeah, burn the bag. Oh, why can't Trev taste anything for the next day? He didn't have salt and vinegar chippies. So now I have to ask though. I'm assuming it's Miss Vicky's, but what brand is it? Did you do the music back up? Did you touch the music thing? I had it at 35.
I turn it up because when you turn it down, the system sounds.
Okay, I did. I just got confused. I was like, is Torino actually here with us? Samo. No name, all dressed. Yes. How do you get cooked cabbage smells out? Palo Santo. That's actually funny you asked that, Mary, because you should honestly smell the house the day after you make sour cabbage rolls. Oh my god. It's really stenchy. So that's our chunk of cabbage. Wrap the rest up again for next week. Miss Vicky's variety bags. Man, even Costco hasn't really been having good flavors of chips lately. It's kind of, I mean, good for us that we don't have to eat it. But at the same time, like, sad. Like, I like my couple chippy snacks every now and then. Just gonna take off these outer leaves. They were protecting it for us. Bring our container over. Yeah, they eat so much cabbage raw in Japanese cuisine. It's true, Trev. And like they slice it so thin. It's amazing, their little shavers that they have. Okay, so this, to cut it up, I think we'll go like maybe 1/2 inch thick slices first. And then I'll go back through and dice it. Mary, what is all dressed chips? So that's a flavor we have in Canada. Like it kind of is explained in the name. So think like most of the flavor. So how should we best describe it? Like barbecue, salt and vinegar, ketchup, sour cream, and onion flavors maybe all mixed together. Hard to describe. I'd have to send you a bag. And then you would see. Okay, so now I'm cutting like cabbage cubes. Keeping it nice and bite-sized, not too big. The Ruffles brand of all dressed is the best, but I will say like over the years I've started not really been able to eat them anymore. I don't know if they're like using a weird ingredient or something, but I can like literally never sleep after I eat the Ruffles chips. So yeah, I stopped eating them. It's just like, this ain't worth it, man. Just throwing out, there's a bit of the cabbage core here on the one end. Right? It is so hard to explain the flavor if you've never had it. Trev, when you were young, all about the barbecue chips. I really liked barbecue as well when I was young. And like ketchup, I would say. Yeah, it's true Greek. It's not really heavy on the barbecue flavor. More like tangy and salty. And yeah, I guess it's hard to say it's the flavor of ketchup chips because you guys don't have those either. Us weirdos. No, but it could be one of the flavors in all dressed, we're saying. Because like they're asking, well, how can you describe the flavor then for people who haven't had it? Cabbage has organosulfur compounds, organosulfur, which contribute to the taste and smell. I always taste the cabbage that I'm working with when it's raw. Because you will be able to tell. Like, as you work with different cabbages, like this one, a little bit funky, but still sweet. But yeah, there was one time I had like a cabbage that was so sweet. Had like no farty taste to it. Amazing. So that can go over to the stove now. And then lastly, just our beets next. So let's get a plastic cutting board. And I will put some gloves on and we'll get those peeled and chopped up. Put the garlic back. Forgot the gloves. Gotta go back. Protect the fingies. Remember when if you were a food streamer on Twitch there for a few years, you just had people come into your stream? Why aren't you wearing gloves right now? I'll never forget that. Scarred for life, really. Scarred for life. Okay, good luck and have fun when you peel the beets. That's really all I'm gonna say. Mish, yeah, that's exactly why. This one has a boo-boo. Not the beet boo-boo. Bong says, so the all dressed, is it like slightly different flavor profiles? Ah, no. See, they'll freaking run on you. Each chip, or is it just a riot of flavor hitting your taste buds? It's all at once. So it's all of the flavors mixed together and then put on the chip. It's not the separate flavors of the chips mixed together in the bag. These look nice. Get off of the cutting board, you nut. It just keeps going on there. Your generation would call them suicide chips then? When were all dressed chips first made? Maybe we need to know that. Look at how juicy that beet is. Can you guys even see it? It's so dark. This is a good one. Okay, one more. When was bonk made? Oh my gosh. That is the question. And yeah, so the other thing is, it's not like there's just one company that makes that flavor of chips here, guys. It's all of the companies make their own flavor. So that's why I said, like, the Ruffles one to me is the best all dressed flavor. But that's just my personal preference. Some people might like the Lay's one better. Whoa. That went flying. Okay, now we'll cut off the rest of that. Let's get this in the garbage. And then if you guys couldn't tell by the dark color of the beet, they got a lot of antioxidants in them, so they are good for you. That's why you'll see like beet juice and stuff at the healthy places. I did actually used to put them in smoothies, but I did stop doing that. I mean, we did all that stuff too, Mary. But stayed out till the street lamps came on, drank from hoses, actually did like things outside. That was us still too. Happy to say, honestly. Okay, we're all peeled up, ready to go. Just a bit of a mess. The latchkey kid generation. What is outside? What is it, Trev? We've never been there. You're laughing at my glovies? Look at the board. It's like a massacre. Okay. I usually try to cut these the size of the carrot, but maybe we can go a bit larger so it doesn't take 5 billion years. But these are nice. Holy. The juices are like running down it. Do you see that? I can't even focus. It's so dark. Whoa. Those are some fresh beets. I think this is going to be a delicious soup. It's not good when you like cut into a beet and it's like dried. You haven't had a beet in years, Bonk? I think it's time to have one again. Trev likes pickled beets. I always used to have that at my Baba's house. She's like an expert pickler. Her pickled carrots, probably some of the best I've honestly ever had. R.I.P. Yeah, fall and winter is the season to eat root veggies. Can I stack 2 up together? Nice. They're so crispy. I'm salivating cutting these up. I don't know why. Maybe because I haven't had borscht in so long. Yeah. The body knows. Okay, let's get those off. Clear the board. This is a lot of beets too. Beat it up. Ooh, those are good too. And then the pickled turnips from the Middle Eastern restaurants that are like neon pink. Those are so sour and delicious. I got a little bit obsessed with those at one point. Maybe still am. Bonk is letting us know. And like I always say, like we shouldn't judge what people like and dislike. Because all of our palates are different. So what we taste might taste different to somebody else. Yes, Trev, yeah, when you make pickled turnips, literally the whole place just smells like farts. Greek fun fact. Actually, no, disturbing, so I'm gonna omit it. What? What was it gonna be? Oh, non-vegan food coloring? Wait. I mean, I will say to Samo, tomorrow Don't think that you're dying.
Oh yeah, don't think that you're pissing us red.
Your liver's okay. You just had beets. It's okay. Because these will actually change the color of your urine, guys. It's that much, what do we call it? Pigment in the vegetable. Like if you're a kid, it will freak you out the first time. You'll go running to your parents. I'm dying. They'll be like, what? Mish. Samuel, you have to say what she said to you. Scoots is not a very person. Well, why not? Okay, a little bit left to chop and then we can get this all started. I don't think I beat the time on the watch for the resting of the Bannock, but we'll see. At least we'll get the soup started. And then we can get the oil and stuff going on the side and work on that. That actually does make sense. Okay, done with this part. I'll just rinse off the rest. Get rid of the glovies. Oh, Scoot's not a beet person, so the rest are for us. You have been told that you're not a person before? I mean, I do tell everyone that I'm an alien, so. Clean it up. The beet juice is bringing out the knife abuse. Imagine if we did it on the wooden board. That would have been way worse, so. I'm gonna rinse these few things before we carry on. Definitely my knife. And the cutting board. We made a little bit of a mess, not too bad. I have actually seen a red velvet cake recipe where they use beet juice instead of the food coloring as like a natural dye. I don't think I've ever tried it. Did Annie though? I remember this was a chat once upon a time. Did you try making a red velvet cake with beet instead of food coloring? He did, see? My memory's not that bad. Red beet powder. Okay, so it's not juice, because I guess that would make it super watery. You can just buy the beet powder online, guys, and use that. But he will say it doesn't turn very red, though. Oh, and I have seen that weird thing online recently where, like, if you eat a food that's colored red, it might actually just be a bug that is blended up and the bug turns things red. They got us there, guys. They got us there. Get out a big old soup pot. What are they doing to me? I see it all. I did forget about the Bannock. I'm sorry. Okay. Veg. Broth. We got the broth there. Herbs. It's just dill. Cook and season. Okay. Just need some dill then. Who has eaten Taco Bell lately, Mary asks. Not I. Trev, yeah, there's definitely bugs in everything we eat. Honestly, the amount of dry foods that have bugs in them that we don't see in the mills and stuff, Oof. It's extra protein. Oh, we're really in there. Okay, let me move some of this stuff out of here. We are in the pot today. Turn the light on. Beautiful. Okay, let's start with a bit of olive oil down, and then we'll do our onion, carrot first, and then garlic. Medium heat on the soup pot. Gotta crack open a new jug of olive oil. Oh man, Annie, hopefully he stays warm. Can't be as cold as it is here though. We need a spoon. And then maybe while we're here, you guys can kind of see back over this way too if I go up a bit. I got the pot over here for our bannock. I'm gonna scrape the oil into there that we're reusing. Why did the donut grease go so hardened? Did we not just use peanut oil? This is magic. So remember when we fried the donuts? Was that last week or the week before? I can't remember. But we kept the fat, guys. But it seriously went like hardened when it went in the fridge. Maybe it just like absorbed some of the stuff from when we fried the donuts, but this is what we'll fry the bannock in today. I'll just scrape that out as I wait for the soup pot to heat up a bit more. And then we'll get the thermometer in there, so that's all set up for later because this is gonna start to go pretty quick. We'll get the soup all brought together on the stove top and ready to simmer, and then we'll work on this on the side. I'm just gonna keep the container so that we can pour that back in later. Probably the residue from the donuts, hey? That's what I was thinking too. Just like slightly thickened it. Tasty, tasty bits. How are we doing in here? A little bit of sizzle sounds. Nothing too much yet. That's okay though. Donuts as a thickener, Trev. You like that? Okay, we got the oil. I guess I need the baking board over here for the bannock when it's done resting. So I'll go grab that. I have about 10 minutes or so. Roll it and cut it and fry it and eat it. Normal soup base, Greek says. Carrot, onion, garlic, or one of the three. Yeah, I guess one of the three. The only thing we're missing in this is celery, which like you could totally add. Up to you. But I literally had everything other than the beets in the house for this soup. So I just bought the beets. And they're quite inexpensive to buy too. Okay, that's going. Where's our dill while we're waiting? Just move this up here for a sec. Move it or lose it. Okay, so those are gonna sizzle in there, saute until things start to turn a little bit browned. The herbages bag. These are the 2 that I bought for our Latin food yesterday. And then inside, we got dill and basil. Look at that, from the Arrow Garden. Oh, and a bit more cilantro too. So this is what I've picked over the last couple of weeks from the Arrow Garden. It's seriously growing nuts. Might have to pick through those later. And I think this will all go into the soup. And then we'll pick some more fresh together today to go on top for the garnish. Yeah, Trev, you too? You don't use celery typically in a soup base? That's so funny. I started to not recently, and like I don't really notice a difference. Turnips make a delicious stock. Yum. You don't know until you try it, right? Oh, I guess maybe this too actually while we're here. Since we didn't do the tomato paste, because it will help with a bit of the color. Just gonna do a handful of tomatoes. So let's go get a couple containers. Delicious. Gonna stir this pot. Time to heat up the house. Oh guys, this was funny. Yesterday after stream, we tried to do dishes and stuff. Samo was gonna have a shower before bed. There was no hot water left in the building. Like you run the tap and it was literally cold. I was like, is this actually supposed to be like this? Bonk, what are we paying for anymore? I honestly don't know. Okay, I'm gonna pick the dill and then we'll chop it. And then Annie asked, how often do you use parsley root? I don't think I ever have. That was like you guys too, Mish? No hot water? What is going on here? Hot showers are for the weak. That's what I said, Trev. I'm like, no better time to start your cold showers. Resident Action Committee. I'm pretty sure it might just be us. Nobody cares. Sasquatch? Saskatchewan? We're in Alberta right now. The Berta. Just gonna turn this fan on. Got the good smells going. Earlier this week, you didn't have hot water for a few days. I'm blaming you then. We have real winter. Yeah, when I said I'm not going to the store this morning because it's minus 27 out. That's why. Okay, chop this up. And guys, I will say, as I'm chopping the dill, Torino is actually one of the first people that ever like told me about growing vegetables and herbs in his closet using the Arrow Garden. So I just want to say thanks to him for letting us know that it's possible. And I remember he always had a very big dill plant growing. Oh, and Arrow Garden update from the couple pods like that didn't work. Sam said they sent us $60 back.
No. Says coffee pod.
Oh, you literally said Arrow Garden.
And I said coffee.
Oh, okay, I retract that statement then. I just lied. You know me, I tell lies.
But we are getting something back from that company. Yes.
That's what he says, Bonk. That's what John says, because he lives just south of us. The place north of Calgary we don't talk about. He's so in heck now. Hi, Folk Metal. Good to see you. And yes, you do spy some dill. Let's go first. I guess I shouldn't have wiped that. First, we'll go stir the soup, and then we'll pick a little bit of dill because it's growing crazy right now. Nothing really browning yet, just cooking out the moisture still from the onion and carrot. And then, let me switch this first. Did you get him in trouble? Never. You know that I wouldn't get mad. Boom. Okay, how's that view gonna be? Samovar says, on a different note, does anybody here play Factorio? Looking at someone that sits in the corner there. I'm pretty sure the last amount of hours I seen played on Steam was like 245 or something. Carrying on. That answers your question. Okay. Arrow Garden, guys. This is where it lives. It lives like beside our coffee station if I back it up a bit. Kettle coffee maker. Lives in the corner. It's a good spot. Let's grab some kitchen shears. You can see where the dill is like growing into the light. I just clipped a bunch off like earlier this week. So you can see how if you trim it weekly, it really grows. I think we'll even do this last other one too. Ta-da! Delicious!
That's awesome. You can even smell it over here of you just cutting it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And I chopped it too. Don't they look happy? We had a couple that didn't work that good. But yeah, the rest is awesome. So I'll just bring that back over to the stove. Might be time to add the garlic. The basil, I can barely even keep up with the basil. And yes, that was the baby parsley. That was one that we actually complained about. Let's go farther down in. There we go. There's the view we want. So now we're getting some browning on the onions and stuff. Onions and carrots. So this is the time where I will often add the garlic to saute. We don't do the garlic first with everything because it would have been burnt by now. We'll stir that up. I don't have any more dried thyme, but you could put that in to here, would be really good. Same with parsley. But we're just gonna do dill today. And then the other thing that we haven't done yet is a bit of seasoning on this stuff. Let's do a touch of salt and pepper. And then I think we'll actually try to have all of the tomatoes next before we finish the dill and get them into the pot here with the garlic before we add the broth. How fast can we go? Holy bonk, 4,000 hours. Okay, move that over. So you could do tomato paste, or just fresh tomato if you have. I don't remember this in any borscht recipes I've made, but I think the sweetness of the tomato and the color will go really good with everything. That is our 1 hour timer on the Bannock. I'm gonna stir this up though. So the Bannock's all rested. Now whenever we're comfortable, we can start to divide it and then turn on the oil so that we can also fry it. Okay, while those are sizzling, let's get our broth ready to pour in because that's next. And then we do the beets, and then usually, guys, I'll leave the cabbage. I won't add it right away so that it doesn't go mushy. I'll add it closer to the end because cabbage doesn't take very long to cook in soup. It did not call for dill seeds. It just calls for the herb itself. If you want the recipe, it's just on our command. You can pop it up in chat. Okay, that's definitely browned and delicious, so let's pour that in. Whoa. It's so gelatinous, we'll have to like scrape it out. That's our extra broth from yesterday's stream. Okay, now I'm gonna rinse out the container, pour more broth in. So like rinse off your soup spoon if you can. Are you talking to Samovar? You saw their message in chat? Okay. I just wanted to make sure that you've seen it. Now we'll do this. That's a good start. Now let's pour our beets in because that's what's going to take the longest to cook in this soup. So just careful as we add this so it doesn't splash. Go down the side of the pot. Got some oil on there, that's okay, honestly. Stir that up. And now we're gonna go grab 2 bay leaves and stick those in there. And maybe do just a touch more of each salt and pepper to season those beets as they cook so it's not bland. Done with the fan for now. Look at how red that is already. So it's gonna go so purple now when those beets start to cook out. The tomatoes will just fall apart, I'm hoping. Turn that up a little bit past medium. Gonna go grab the bay leaf. Bathroom panic is in store for tomorrow. Oh yeah, we actually just finished talking about that funny part of what happens when you eat beets. Be aware. I've already warned Samo. Okay, we got our bay leaves. A 1 and a 2. Dunk them under. Now we'll just put a lid on there while we're waiting for it to come up to a simmer. And then we still have all the yummy cabbage to add later. Let's come back and finish the dill. We have this much already, so some is gonna go into the soup. I'll add it when I add the cabbage so it keeps its nice fresh flavor. And then some is also gonna go on top with the sour cream for a garnish. Honestly, one of my favorite herbs. Like, fresh herbs here at the store are really expensive to buy every week. Like, if they're not on sale, it's about $3 for, heck, I don't even know, basically what I have in front of me. So the fact that we're using the Aero Garden to grow all this, we're saving a lot of money. Now, if the parsley and thyme could start growing, that would be awesome, because those are the other two that I use a lot, other than the basil. Yeah, right? See, a little bunch of dill was $3. My gosh. You go broke just buying fresh herbs. And like, if you're like me, dried dill is not the same at all. It's just not. There's certain things that you really want the fresh stuff for. Okay, let's just put a little lid on that. We'll go bring this other container back that we don't need. And then we're doing Bannock stuff. I got the flour over here already. I got the baking board for it. We're pretty much good to go. Yeah, it'll do in a pinch, but it's not our favorite. Big old board. I'm gonna take a really quick bathroom break before we start this so I don't have to stop halfway through. I'll be back in a moment. Hello? I already seen you. You can't even sneak out. Were your ears ringing today? Was like, wonder how Vune's doing. Thank you, Nightwalker. I'm excited to look at it after stream today. So cool. Because we also had recently, we have a Cook with Sammy redemption too. Like the one that I'm doing for Mish today. So one of our community members, Lauren, requested a Lithuanian dish. I've never cooked Lithuanian food, so I'm excited to see this. Was I talking about you? No, just thinking. Just thinking. You keep sneezing. Now you know why. Hee hee hee. Sounds fascinating, Annie. Yes. And hi, little mama. Fune, it's good to see you. We are making Bannock today, an indigenous Frybread to North America for Torino. He has left this world, sadly, but we will always remember him. Zooming out. I'm sorry to break the news to you like this, but yeah, now he haunts the stream. Actually, for real, guys, we just found out last week, so this is why we're doing this all today. His, I think it's his son is still active on his Discord channel if you feel so inclined to send a heartfelt message to the family. I'm sure they would see it. I know that he was battling some health issues with his heart and was in and out of the hospital this summer when I was chatting with him because we were going to go up there to see him. So I'm assuming it had something to do with that. And yeah, maybe the diabetes, Annie, you never know, right? Sometimes things just happen out of the blue too. But look at this. Okay, so it said it shouldn't really be sticky. It's a little bit sticky, so we'll make sure that we use a good amount of flour when we go to like divide this up. And then the other thing that I will do is just go turn on the burner, the front burner over here with our oil for frying. We'll get that slowly starting to heat up on the other side of the soup. That's right, yeah. Life is fleeting. Make sure you hug a loved one. Tell the people you love that you do love them, because otherwise, how else will they know? That's a good amount of flour. Let's go with that. I got any more bench scrapers? Yes. Many, many, many. A hug and then a slap. Trying to get this out of here. It's really crazy, but I love it. It's gonna be a good batch. I can feel it. It looks like a yeasted dough, but it's not. Okay, the stuff that was on my spatula hardened already. We will not be scraping that. On another nicer note, asked you to upload some stuff of yours the other time you were here and you couldn't, but now you can. Let's check this out. What's Vune been working on? Whoa. Oh, wow. You know I love purple. I love all the crazy shit you get into. Like, how do you know how to do this stuff? I guess it's maybe like me, where like anything really to do with working with your hands, you're like pretty good at it. What the heck? You heard an interesting convo on Friday? Please, go ahead. It's a dark red ruby. That's my mom's birthstone. In a tension setting with a silver band. Did someone ask you to make that or you're just playing around? So I'm going to scoop some flour, guys, on top now, so it doesn't stick to my hands. We can pat it out a little bit. I think they said about 1/4 inch thick to 1/2 inch thick. And then we'll get some more of the flour back around so it doesn't stick as we pat it out. Hold on to this for dividing it. You're just playing around. Nightwalker, on the blog post you posted a link to more dishes if we want to look. I will definitely do that. Thank you very much. I love learning about different cultures and cuisines. When it comes to food, yiffing, I've never even heard of this. What is that word? All of these words that are coming out. What if we just use regular words? This feels so nice and soft. The soup pot's about to blow. Open it up, turn it down. We're simmering. Whoa, it really smells beety. Beat it up. I'm gonna give it a stir so that everything else gets going too. Look at the color already. It's so purple. It's like the color of Vivion's ring. His gemstone. So now we'll just leave that lid kind of popped off and we'll let the beets simmer out and cook through. Hi, Gitter. How has your weekend been? Good to see you today. What the heck is yiffing? I don't know this. Bonk, is it bad? And Vune, you're really liking it? Making Julie, you really like working with silver. What is cooking? We have Ukrainian Borscht, which you just saw on the stove. And then this, do I need more light now? This is Bannock. So it is a indigenous Frybread. It's not yeast leavened, it's just made with baking powder. And we are about to divide it up and then it just gets fried in oil. Try and keep this kind of even. If you need to like stretch it out a bit, that's allowed too. It really feels good though. And then what I've seen people do before, I think their dough was a bit more firm, is Torino's recipe says to like put some holes into it before you cook it. But I've also seen some of my friends just like they go like their 5 fingers and you just like poke holes through it with your fingers. It always looked really cool. I was like, what is this all about? I want it to be really nice and puffy though, so I don't think I'm gonna go any more than that. It's about 1/4 inch thick. You didn't wholly fork it? Meesh. It's more weird than bad? Okay, I don't need to know then. Kate feeds us bread. Is that like communion? I would say so. Okay, how many pieces? Mish said she got about 20 pieces. What are the other directions here? Roll out to 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch thick. Poke with holes with a fork and then cut into squares. Okay, so we poke the holes first. The mish hole. Poke the mish holes first and then cut it into squares. It doesn't say what size. Well, let's do something like this. Just to let the steam out so that it doesn't explode in your face. Exploding Bannock buns. Watch out. Don't say I didn't warn you. Okay, that looks good. Would it work with gluten-free ingredients? Google it up, Annie. Let me know what you find. I'm gonna go in half down the kind of like center here. Ah! And then we'll go like in half again, maybe. It's like a donut, but not. Oh, see? Didn't cut it enough. There we go. And now we'll just try to spread it out as we cut them. It really feels nice and soft. From here, yeah, we can do some bigger ones. Like Might get a little bit sticky down underneath. Rolled oats. Good words, Bonk. Dock the dough, he says. So if you've ever worked at a pizza place, there's like, think of like a rolly machine, let's say, with like a bunch of spikes on it. It's called a docker. And so then when you have your pizza crust all rolled out on the pan, you dock it, you roll that thing back and forth so that you don't end up with bubbles in your pizza dough when you bake it. And yeah, if you forget to dock the dough one time, you will know. You'd be like, why does my pizza have an entire air pocket in the middle? This dough is like both sweet and salty. I would say probably more savory because we only put 1 tablespoon of sugar in to the 2 cups of flour and everything else. So that's it, guys. Dun, 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 dun. Done with that. Let's soak the bowl that the dough was in because it looks really sticky. Maybe I'll hold on to this to lift them off and put into the oil. Gonna wash my hands. How many did we get? I don't know. I didn't count. I'm just doing crazy stuff. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Nice. Mish, you did it. That's a good amount. So you probably have like 2 or 3 per person. Okay, I'll have to read that, Annie. But we did learn today, like, it was probably the Scottish settlers who came over and brought this style of dough to North America. The best one Greeks had, it was made with maple syrup. Yes. I was thinking that, like, how good it would be to just drizzle it over after it comes out of the fryer. Oats. A little bit of flour in it still, but you could switch it out for gluten-free. We use baking powder, not baking soda. So it's like kind of similar, but yeah, we did learn today, like this one, Torino's recipe was flour, baking powder, salt, sugar. And then you had separate butter or oil and then just water to mix it all together. It was definitely closer to 3 cups of flour than 2, what the recipe stated. And yeah, we let it rest and now we're here. According to No Man's Sky, all you need is refined flour and processed sugar to make sugar dough. We knew Samo would love it. Okay, let's go back over. Let's try our soup. Look how red it is. Need to back this up a bit, this view. Back it up. The color is coming out. It smells nummy. I want to see the broth because I feel like I'll have to put a bit of bouillon in there. But maybe not. I don't know if he did. Mary, did Sam say view? Oh, wow. That is really good. It definitely needs salt. But the flavor, I don't think we need any bouillon. Just literally salt and pepper. And then we're still gonna add cabbage. So maybe add a bit more seasoning at this point if you can. And then I'm also gonna scoop out a little piece of beet because if it's cooked, we can put the cabbage in and get this starting to finish. That's how easy it is. The bannock starts frying, everything is hot and ready. Hi Muhalo, welcome in. Happy weekend. I hope everything is a-okay on your side of the world. Sam, they need a view, and they say. You gotta get your vocal cords primed. He still got it. Hey? Like, you'd think that he does karaoke or sings in a church band or something. None of those things apply.
I was half in Sam Bar. I didn't even know I was listening.
They're hard into Factorio. We're taking them away from it. Okay, trying the beet now to see how cooked it is. Small amount of crunch. But I think we should add the cabbage now, guys, because that's gonna cook and then the beet will be done at the same time. It's like perfectly sweet and salty. So now we're bulking it out with even more veggies. Don't let anyone tell you you don't eat fiber. Look at how white the cabbage looks. That's wild. It's seriously like blood red. It does look like Easter egg dye. And I like my borscht like really hearty. Not too much broth. Just lots and lots of veggies. So we'll leave that there now. And then we have on our oil pot here, we're getting up to 250 Fahrenheit. We want for frying our bannock closer to like 325, 350 Fahrenheit. So we got about 100 degrees to go. There are a couple of things more that we do need before we get cooking over there. I get even better of a view. We'll need like the spider to scoop out the bannock after it's done frying. I almost forgot to add some of the dill in with the cabbage over here to finish the soup, but we're gonna keep some for a garnish in the container like that. Stir that in and then put the lid back on. Now that's really gonna make it what it should be. So much good smells in here. Borscht. Some places just serve it as a beet broth Greek. Oh no, the spider. We used it yesterday, I gotta get it. We did some reading today before we made the soup, and yeah, there's a couple different ways that you can make it. Some people apparently blend it so you can like drink it, and then other people leave it nice and chunky like how we did. Let's grab, we're gonna do a sheet pan with a metal rack on, same like how when you take donuts out of the oil, they gotta sit popped up above the pan, otherwise they get soggy. There's our little station. Turn the fan back on a bit. Pell, I love that. I thought the color was oversaturated, Kate, but no, you're just making borscht. Borscht and bannock on the list today. Everyone have a sip of water. My water is like salty. I don't know if you guys ever put sea salt in your water for electrolytes. Sometimes it's a bit crazy. Okay, how are we doing here? Oh my gosh, no! What just happened? Torino booby trapped me. Did you see that? That was straight sabotage. And it's too hot to hold now. The little clip came off of the thermometer. I was just gonna move it to a different part of the pan. Yeah, ghost. If you do sea salt and like lemon, it's supposed to be natural electrolytes. Okay, I think that's all the things. Other than for the soup, we need a ladle. I'll grab that while we're waiting. And then just our sour cream and dill. Easy. No one got the reference. I never get the reference, so I'm innocent here. But I don't know about everyone else. Oh no, it's all greasy. Gotta wipe it. There we go. Not sitting on the bottom of the pan. Still chilling around 250. If I use my other thermometer, is it at the same temp? It says 333, 347, 355. Uh-oh. I think it's time for a new candy/oil thermometer.
Why?
Oh, now it just started going up. So if you don't touch it on the bottom of the pan, it doesn't read it right. Weird. Ian says, hey Kate, you know I got a meat thermometer because of you, yeah? That makes me very happy. Do you use it a lot since you got it? Okay, it's happening. How can we come closer over here? I don't think it will really exist. I'll come a bit closer for you guys. That's the maximum amountage. I mean, that's not bad. That's not bad considering. Okay, I'm just gonna run them from here, I think. Can I maybe fit the board over here so I don't have to run across the kitchen with dough in my hands? It has a magnet on it, so you keep it above the stove. Wait, like this other one that I have that lives above the stove? You see this little thing right here? That's my magnetic meat thermometer. It's so handy. Mary, that's funny that you play that because we've been playing, like, we really like to have like a scenic sort of landscape with jazz on in the background in the mornings. It's so nice. It fell straight into your cast iron pan full of oil. Oh no. Does it work still? Okay, I'm dropping the first few, guys. I don't know what's gonna happen. But we just gotta go for it. Whoa. It actually looks so fun. The sound is everything. sound. They're really puffing up. I think I need a fork. Good thing I already have one. Flip it over when it puffs up. Holy shit. This is so cool. This is better than the last recipe I think I made. Flip it. Whoa. This was peanut oil. This was peanut oil. We've used it once to make donuts on stream, and then we strained it, and now we're using it one more time. So I just want these to be nice, like golden brown on each side before I take them out. Looks like some of the first ones are almost there. Samo will have a taste tester. The pot looks new, right? Peanut oil is nice. And then it also depends on like what you fry as well. When you're frying stuff like this, that's just dough, it's usually pretty clean other than the flour. But when you do stuff like, chicken wings and stuff that gets dredged with breadcrumbs, we think it's still cooking in there. It's hard to tell. I guess there's only one way to find out. Take it out and check. We'll let the oil heat back up for a moment. Whoa, it's so bright. Okay, I'm gonna come over to the other one because that GoPro light just gets so bright when you go close to it. That's how they turned out. They totally look like beignets, just not quite as dark. Golden brown, delicious. I can't wait to rip one open. Whenever Samo wants a snack, he can come for a meandering. Okay, I think that oil is hot enough again. Let's do another 5 or so, depending on the size. I can't believe how much they puffed up though. That's so cool. And the oil's just chilling at 350 Fahrenheit. I'll do one more. Mish! We did launch it today. Mish knows. Thank you very much, Mish, for the $100 donation to kick off December. We got cookie boxes. We got awesome Canadian boxes. If you guys are so inclined, those will be sent out in January. And Mish needs those in her life. I posted in Discord a little bit of info about this. We do them typically every year. It's like an annual thing. But she's got her order in. She knows what she's about to have in about a month. So thank you very much for all your support and being an awesome person in our community. We got boxes. I never talked about it yet today because we were busy doing other stuff for Torino, but I was going to do it at the end of the stream as we were tasting and stuff. Took about 2 weeks last year to get from Canada to Denmark. That's honestly not bad. I am going to be trying a new shipping service this year because our national postal service is still on strike, Canada Post. But I have some other sources that are using ClickShip right now, like people that live on farms out in rural places that have a small business. And apparently ClickShip is the way to go. It's like cheaper and you just get better service. So we'll see how it goes. It's faster to get to Denmark than to use Scoots. You'll be ordering the ultimate box when you get paid at the end of the week, Bonk. Love it. We stocked up on all the Matty Macs. For those of you that were interested. Okay. Once the bubbles kind of dissipate from this, that's usually a telltale sign that they're done frying. Let's get the last 6 in, guys. 3 batches of 6. No problem. Look at all the flour floating around in there. Let that heat up a bit more. Okay. Mish, yeah, I got paid, Bonk. It's right here. It's in Discord, but if you guys aren't in Discord, can you see that? I don't know how easy it is to see on mobile. But one of the boxes, so I always do homemade cookies. You're going to get 2 dozen cookies in the box of those flavors and then like a pound of the reindeer chow. That's why we're getting a bunch of chocolate coming up for our bit goal. It's going to be all Calabo chocolate that we use in this stuff. So nice high quality. And it's all vacuum sealed when it comes to you. And then Bonk wants to get the box with the mac and cheese boxes and a bunch of Canadian tasting things that have maple syrup in it. Vune, are you new here? Oh, my bad. Sorry about that. And yeah, if you guys want like cookies but want to add just the mac and cheese boxes on, we'll talk about it. We'll figure something out for you guys, but we'll make it happen. Okay, let's go back over. Finish the bannock. Look at the steam from the borscht pot is over here. I've seen an indigenous restaurant. I think it was Vancouver, because one of our friends knew the owners of it, where they made like a burger, guys, and then for the bun, they used Bannock. They made like a Bannock bun, and it actually looks so good. I think that would be amazing. Oh yeah, and the cheesies, the Hawk and cheesies. You guys just have a whole list. We will compile the list and we'll get it done. Is it then called a Bannock? I think that would be cute. Because also, like, our Inuit friends, the one that was like being basically close to my grandma's age, one of the words like in Inuk is their language. Like when they call like their daughter or someone like a female in their family, they call them bunnocks. So I always got called Bannock. So I think that's so cute that you said that, Mune. Look at how these freaking puff up. Like I'm bringing you guys closer. I don't even care. The bubbles that are coming out is insane. You needed to see that. Okay, GoPro, now let me put you back. They're so thick, I can barely even flip it over. They really rose to the occasion. Okay, last one's frying. Let's get rid of the board behind. Maple flakes are all gone. It's maple syrup, Mary, that is cooked into like sugary flakes. We really like it as a treat in like coffee, or you can use it to garnish different desserts. When you gotta flip the bannock around because it's so thick. I mean, if we know Torino, he does like a triple C thick. It's all cooked through. Holy shit, they really went light and fluffy. So the resting is key, Samo? Man, I'm just gonna start selling these online. I've not seen anyone make bannock like this here. That shit would sell. Sunday bannock pickup. Start up food for friends again. Let's turn off the oil pan. We're done with it. And then we'll take it off of the burner so it doesn't keep the heat going. That shit is money.
Post pictures, see what happens.
I straight up, honestly, that's all people do. Fresh bannock, this price.
Fucking yum.
Sunday pickups, this time.
Well done.
Thank you very much.
What you guys do?
It looks too bright in that view. We gotta leave. Gotta leave the area. That's for that. Dip it in melted butter and then cinnamon sugar. Like, check this out. Excuse me? Excuse me, please? This is my photo for selling them. Facebook Marketplace. I'm gonna post it and see if people are interested. I'm gonna show you, one sec. Okay, which one should we do? This insane one that just came out. Hi, Vella. Okay, it's burning my hands, but this is for you. Whoa. It's like puff pastry, biscuit. I don't even know what to call it. Donuts. I don't know if we could have done better on that, honestly. Yeah, they look bad. Hey, Scoots, better put them in your box. The flavor just tastes like fried dough. It's like a savory donut. Is the best way to describe it, but it's not heavy at all. So Vella, if you're looking for the bannock, only talking with my mouth full. It is posted from Torino in Discord. Just search it in the top right, little search section in our Discord channel, and you'll find it. This is the best bannock I've ever had, guys. And so that's what Mish said to me when she messaged me this morning saying she had tried it already. These are so good, Kate, I'm gonna get fat. That's what it tastes like. I think you could dip it, top it, toss it, whatever you want. I love the little puff up though in the middle. And it just kind of goes hollow. Like Annie said, like stuff it with something. Do not make me get the piping bag out again. Can I post the recipe on Instagram as well? Can you just give me a message there then? Because I might forget that. after stream today. And then I'll copy paste it for you from Discord if you would like to make it. I'll get the wooden spoon. Yeah, that was always one of his sayings, right, Wilson? I'm gonna go get it right now. The wooden paddle. If you burn the garlic, that's a paddling. And now I shuffle back. Thank you, Wilson, for gifting this up to Gitte. They are new-ish to our channel, but I am happy to see them again. This will put their sub song off. Maybe this one too? Nope, just this one. Not even that one anymore. Okay, sounds good. But thanks, Wilson. Yeah, welcome back to the kitchen crew. All right, the soup is looking great, guys. We need a couple things. Gonna go grab the white vinegar from down the hallway. I think that's pretty much it as far as like seasoning goes. We'll taste it. And then we will bowl up the soup and try everything together. I think the bannock dipped in there. Wow. That's gonna be great. Just a vegetarian day. Doesn't happen often. Vune, all good. I know that you guys have lives outside of here. But thank you for coming just to say hey today, because we appreciate that the most. Hope you have a good rest of your day, whatever you end up doing, and maybe we'll see you next week. The Bannocks, guys, like the squish, the crunch, all good things. The color of this is crazy. Okay, so the cabbage should be cooked now. Look how hearty that is. Literally just like a spoonful of veggies. Let's see how the dill melded in with everything. We need to add a little bit more salt and pepper. The color is right. Bune? By Bune equals Bune. Wow. Okay, that is good. A little bit more salt and pep, and we're laughing. And when you put veggies together like that, it's so sweet. I guess it also makes a difference when you use vegetables that are in season, right? All the root veggies are in season, same with cabbage right now. And I do like a quite peppery borscht. It's just what I like. Okay, now let's see one last taste, hopefully. And then it will be bay leaf roulette. If you get it, that's good luck for you. That's how you know this soup is homemade. They're vacuuming inside of the rafters in the ceiling. I need one more little bit of salt. Don't ask. Wilson says, anyone seen The Mighty Gemstones? Is that a movie? Samo, are you dying? Please don't die. This is gonna be it. Okay, let's come over back to the board for plate up. He's squeaking.
I was trying not to die from laughing about that.
Oh, okay. Hello. It's on Max. Righteous Gemstones on Max? What is it about? Like a jewelry business? It's so dark. There you go. It's about a mega church. Oh, that might be interesting to watch. I like behind the scenes stuff like that. Big old bowls. Get the sour cream out. It's all humor. Fun. You're liking it though, obviously. We need spoon for sour cream, spoon for eating soup. It's a parody, okay. Nothing serious then. Oh, I have a sneeze, 1 sec. I'm back. I would have crushed your guys' eardrums. Creme de sir, as we say here in Canada. Creme de sure? Sure creme. Listen to the mixing sounds. It's quite thick. A chicken chetinad. Is that Indian, Annie? A chicken chetinad. I've never heard of this dish before. Okay, there's the borscht, guys. Before I push it to this side and plate up. I like how the cabbage doesn't really soak up all of the red at first. Stays a little bit green still. Making my nose run. You asked for it extra spicy, so it's an Indian dish. I'll put this one over here. You've never heard of it before, but it tastes like roasted spices from the Tamil region. Whoa, but it's not like spicy. Or no, you said it was extra spicy. Interesting. I would have died probably if I ate that. So it's spicy with peppers, and then there's also lots of spices. Because some people get confused with those words, right? This isn't spicy, Mary, but if you want to make it that way, you could. With the sour cream, just a dash of hot sauce would be good, yeah? Next bowl. Successfully did not get any, I think, on the cutting board. Almost got some splooting out. Okay, next. You're gonna do sour cream, Samo?
Yeah.
A little kind of goes a long way for that. Let's get rid of this spoon. It's like halfway to cream cheese. That's so good. Pink soup. And then we got our dill. Don't forget the fresh dill. we'll save some dill for the rest of the week to eat with the leftover soup. Your last winter jacket was 20 years old and has holes in it. Annie. You got one? You got a new one? What did you get? It arrives on Wednesday. Awesome. Now you're set for another 20 years, hopefully. Okay, taking the photo and away we go. Whoa. That looks so good. The way that the steam is just rolling off of these bowls. One sec, my nose is running. Come on over, my dear. He's gonna give it a minute to cool down. I'll get some of the Bannock up here. Maybe take another photo. You can pile it onto a plate. A little one. And then that'll look really nice. Switch it out. It looks candy colored. I will say, like when I was cutting up the beets for the soup, they were juicing. They're so fresh. Here, that one got like really crispy. This one's my favorite. It's got like a tumor on it. It's not a tumor. It's a tuba. Okay, that pile. Whoa. Yes, please. If anyone comes over, you guys know I'll give you a bowl. I got extras. You just have to make your way. It's looking insane beautiful, guys. Thanks. You can say thanks to Mish too for requesting this one for us. All right. That one's Samo's bowl. This one's mine. Let's not burn our face off. So this is how I usually eat it. Just like stir the sour cream in. And notice how I didn't put any vinegar? I might put a little droplet now. I want to taste it first by itself. Bannock and Borscht, guys. See how the color even changes more now? Like, whoa! What a festive looking soup. Here's my first bite. The veggies really made it sweet, but like the texture of all of the veggies, you can see they held together, but as soon as you eat them, just starts to melt apart in your mouth. And if you don't want vinegar, guys, you could always do something a bit lighter in flavor, like just a squirt of lemon juice. Take this out. Samo's gonna be happy. Because white vinegar is the most acidic out of all of them. One drop. I love them. I'm honestly obsessed.
You're the best I've ever had.
I will say, like, my maiden name of La Valley is actually very well known in the indigenous community. Not that, like, I have any familial members that I know from that side, but yeah. My maiden name, I mean, we're all connected one way or another to the indigenous peoples of where we live. So we should know how to make those foods that have sustained them for so long. It's a good batch though, hey? Really good tasting veggies. The Valley, yeah. Literally meant Caitlin of the Valley. But it's actually, like, my dad is French. So that's why things can get, like, misconstrued with your last names. Interesting, Mish. Right? And it's so fun to know that stuff, too. So they're not all hollow, but like, my goodness. Look at the way that it just soaks up any sort of broth or sauce. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That is insanely good with the soup, guys. Really, really good. So all I used was like 4 kind of medium-sized beets. Mm-hmm. Was that a cheers? What was that?
He said Gib.
Okay. Samo Gib to folk metal. Right? We share a first and last name with famous people. We need a lemon curd for dessert, and the color combos would be out of this world. Whoa. Imagine. Bonk, your last name is a German root word. Love it. It's good to know your heritage. Just don't do 23andMe. It's a trap. Be warned. If you know, you know. Okay, going on to Twitch. We're wrapping things up. Who's on? Usually it's a Chef Steve Sunday raid. But what do we got? Do you have suggestions? Let me open up this list. Ho ho homicide. What is Kanara doing? Gingerbread. What, Chef Steve? We always go see Steve. Hey, you've not done any DNA tests, right? They already know us from birth. Okay, guys, thanks for the fun weekend. If you missed it Friday, we started playing games again on Friday with the community. We had like 6 of us playing together. !game in chat if you want to download it. It's free, and we'll be playing again next Friday. Or possibly doing Christmas decorations. I don't know yet. But yeah, we'll be only cooking on Saturdays and Sundays from now on. It was fun. Thanks everyone that saved up points this weekend. Yes.
Don't forget about the new YouTube.
Okay. Thanks everyone for saving up points this weekend and requesting all of our awesome food that we made. If you missed yesterday's show, definitely go back and watch it. It was a longer one, but my goodness, what we made, like a Venezuelan version of a tamale, fantastic. And one more note, there's 2 more, but one more. We started doing YouTube videos again. We're gonna try to post something different content than what we do on Twitch every week. And I think it will be a Sunday upload from now on. So please go subscribe to us there. Try to like our videos if you can, or at least leave a little comment on there. Hopefully get to 1,000 subscribers in the new year, and that will be fun. And then lastly, Mish donated already for it today. We are kicking off our snacks for the season, I call them. So we always do a couple of boxes that we can send out to you guys in January. If you would like any homemade cookies or Canadian snacks, check it out. It's also posted in Discord, or just give me a message on Instagram if you don't have any of these things.
I don't come in the boxes of snacks.
Samo can't come in the box, but he will help build them with me.
Yep.
They'll be Samo approved. So you have until January 1st to save up money if you want that. And from people that have got them in the past, they love them, obviously. Okay, now I'm going to set up the raid and then send you guys over to Chef Steve. He's making gingerbread something or other. Sounds good to me. We can't ship him away. He's mine. Okay, guys. Love y'all so much. Thank you for all your contributions this weekend. Been having a lot of fun streaming again. We're getting back into it. If you need anything, you know where to find me. Discord, Twitch. Don't work too hard this week. I already got my menu sent to my clients.
What?
It's going to be a good one. I'm going to post a few recipes in Discord after too from the last few weeks I cooked for them. See you all on Friday, 11 a.m. Pacific. Be safe out there. Bye.